welcome to the Dr. N.K. Arora sir, HOD Civil Engineering Department, faculty member, and my dear students. So today we have gathered here for the expert lecture arranged on overview of the building information modeling. So I am sure we will be enriched by the expert talk. So once again, I welcome all of you for this function. So now I request to Arora sir, say a few words. Sir, please.
Yes, dear Keval, it is definitely an opportunity for me to call you back to this institute. In fact, me and Keval, we were neighbors, and his father was my guru actually. I learnt a lot from him, and I see that all the traits which his father was having, that to learn every time, every day, every second, and every moment, the same is there with him, within him also. This particular branch, that is building information management, is a newer branch. We are hardly studying in our course, but it is being implemented in the field. In this world of computers, it is important to control the system using software. So till now we were making the softwares to come out with the outcome and work on it, whereas now it will be more on computer working itself, that we are not supposed to take output, but we have to simply feed input, and then computer will carry out its own work. So this will be definitely an eye-opening for many of our students. They must be understanding that what is BIM. This is basically, BIM is divided into, earlier it was more related to activities. Now it is being applied even in during construction activities also. So more about this will be talked about by the expert expert, and I hand over this to him. Please continue, please.
Thank you, Arora sir, for giving me this opportunity to give.
Yes, Kevin, please.
To give this knowledge of disruptive technology. See, this technology is called as disruptive technology, and the meaning of
Keval, you need to be a bit loud. I mean, you need to keep your microphone closer to your face.
Okay, is it audible now?
Now it's okay. It's okay.
This technology is called as disruptive technology. I hope you can see the screen.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the meaning of disruptive? A disruptive technology is technology in which the previous technology will be get vanished or disrupt. So what is something special inside this type of technology that we're going to see, and we're going to study and analyze this in very simple language? There will be no, heavy vocabulary of dictionary words will be thrown by an expert, but this will be a much more type of discussion where you 40 plus students and your faculty could be directly interact with me. If you have any doubts, if you have any queries, you can post me after the lecture or during the lecture. So let us start with what is BIM, and let us see some background of it. Yes, the future has arrived and the software is eating the world. How we can see, how we can say that like software is eating the world. Let us take an example of biggest hotel chain. Is it a hotel? No, it's not a hotel, but it's a software company, that is Zomato. If you see an example of a biggest taxi company, no, it's not a driver. They are not driver. They are software manufacturer. Same way, we have many examples available nowadays in which softwares are running the world. So now the same thing is coming up in our field. As you see our field, it will be the same type of concreting we are pouring. It's the same way how we are, bind our shuttering, we have bind our reinforcement. There is no change. There are no changes we can see in our whole past, because civil is one of the most oldest branch, and there is no changes till now we have made. Yes, there are changes. There are changes from designing point of view. There are some changes in construction technology. We have different type of admixtures are available, and yes, we have those type of things available with us. But if you see from the project management point of view, or the technology which can assist client or which can assist the operators of a building. What happens nowadays, we are creating or we are constructing a building in 2 years, and or 3 years. Suppose 100 crore of project is created within 3 years or four years, and now that 100 crore, more 100 crore will be required in the operation phase of a building, which is totally underestimated nowadays. So what happens? This type of smart cities which are upcoming, in which BIM and GIS is mandatory to reduce that 100 crore of operation cost. If that 100 crore of operation cost could be reduced, then we can say, and European nation, if you see the example of European nation in UK and Dubai, who has already mandated this. When I say mandated this, it means that each and every public or private project has to go on through this type of BIM technologies, in which they have, around 20 to 25% of cost saving they have seen in this type of projects. Okay, on BIM projects, or by using BIM, they have achieved 20 to 25% of cost efficiency. I am just telling about cost efficiency. Otherwise, there are some aspects are there also, in which green building is again a part of that, because one of the most bigger industry who polluting the world is the construction industry. Okay, the wastage of one vehicle and then compared with the wastage of one building. Okay, so building will be a higher part. So in this way, we can say BIM has a large or a major role to play in upcoming our generation, and the generation which is now coming out. So you guys, this will be a minimum entry level requirement in some MNCs nowadays. Okay, so let us say, yes, first of all, that we have agreed that software is eating the world. Everything is going towards software development and creating a software. So same way, this is again one digital change we are observing over here. So let us go ahead with this. What are the challenges in large construction, and why I'm talking about only large construction? Okay, BIM is one of mostly useful for large construction. This is again a myth. Definitely we can use this for smaller projects also. So there's a huge myth around that BIM is useful only for larger projects. No, it's not like that. BIM can be useful for all the type of projects, but the benefits from the BIM will be larger or large scale projects, and smaller projects. Fine. So let us consider this type of stadium or a large construction. What happens over here? These projects are technologically complex, again logistically demanding. How? Technological complex means now we have different type of collaborators all around the world. Suppose let us say structure design is from India. Let us say architect somewhere from London. You can say MEP consultant is from the local party, maybe some local party, and the project is going on somewhere in South Africa. It's very difficult to collaborate each and every person on one table. Okay, so these are the and the climates. Now climates are much more undulating, plus and minus. So we require more mechanical thrust to maintain the temperature inside the building. So these making this a complex, technologically complex buildings, and logistically demanding. Yes, and our times, or we can say our project schedules are shorter day by day. Suppose the construction which we are constructing 10 or 20 years back, if we require 6 years, now it's required only 2 to 3 years, because market is so much undulating. Steel rate and cement rate today may be not the same after 1 week or 1 year, we can say. So now our project schedules are reducing day by day. Okay, so collaboration with multiple stakeholders. If I say, let us take an example of a hospital building, how many numbers of stakeholders are required? Is all start with clients. So client is one of the most important stakeholder. Okay, he is the financer of a project. Definitely, it's most important. After that, we can say architect, structure designer, HVAC designer. After that, we have firefighting designer, electrical designer, kitchen consultant, IT consultant, landscape designer. Suppose we can say more lift person is lift vendor. We can say it's a different person. In this way, we have lighting and illumination, environment consultant. We can say there are so many different type of consultant nowadays. Okay, so they all have their own drawings. Okay, so when contractor The person who's going to pour the concrete has to study each and every drawings before a one pour. So one mistake could be converted into a bigger financial risk. Okay, so what happens over here that this is one of the most biggest challenges to collaborate with multiple stakeholders. Even if we take our today a small house, in our small house also there are multiple agencies are working. Okay, nowadays our homes are also automated homes we have. Okay, and we have IT specialists also involved in the same. We have structure and architecture consultant also. So starting from our small house to, if you consider the large construction, there are multiple parties are involved. That is a bigger one of the most bigger challenge, and to have everyone on the same table. So design and coordination changes. This is the integral part of a project, part and parcel of a project. We can say design will be changed, can be changed before a pour. If we are going with a concrete, before that also we have observed the change in the design. Okay, the design and collaboration changes are the frequent one. आज हमने आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और कल उठ के क्लाइंट ने कोई चेंज कर दिया. Now we have to revise section and okay, these are the revisions and facility management. If you see from facility management point of view, as I said, if this is a 100 crore of a project, more 100 crore will be required throughout the lifespan of a project. Lifespan, when I say lifespan, it means your maintenance will start on the next day of completion of a project. Your maintenance will immediately start. Okay, so that is the important part that we have to consider. We have to run the project for next 60 years. Suppose it's an airport project, we have to run it for next 60 years. Okay, so the person who build and the person who operates are the different parties. Okay, so successfully interchange of facility management, or we can say exchange. Yeah, it's from Pyrusha. Fine. So let us go forward. Am I audible again?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yes, sir.
So this is one of our project that we have done, and this is our model. It's a G+12 structure, and we have done structure analysis, structure design, architectural part, green building part, MEP consultant. We are the MEP consultant and the BIM consultant also. So if you see BIM, building information modeling and building information management, these are the two different words. See, building model has to play a very shorter part, whereas this information inside it has to play a larger part. Why? Because building modeling, to create a building model is very easy. Okay, but having information inside it, or an information enriched model, that information has a value. Okay, we have ISO 19650 and we have some ISO 190 part 1, part 2, two deliverable of information. काम किसने किया है? Done, work has been done by contractor, EPC contractor. Now each and every asset, when I say asset, it means suppose you have a pump installed inside your building. When you are transferring, when you are handing over your project to client, okay, so we need to give each and every information. I have just given one simple example of one pump. So what type of information will be required from client to run the project? It is, suppose there is a pump, we require the manufacturer of a pump at the day when we have purchased, invoice number, we can say the price of it, the maintenance criteria. Suppose we need to align the coupling or something every 3 months that we have to do. So these are called some facility management parameters that we have to interchange, okay, exchange between both the parties. Okay, and what is the cost of a pump? What if the pump goes failure? Then who supplied it? Okay, we can also add the service provider number inside it. So what happens? This type of models are fully enriched with the informations. Okay, just taking an example of pump, there you can see we have a fan, we have lights, we have television. Let us take airport as an example. Escalator is there. Let us take an example of hospital. Then we have multiple number of assets are installed inside our building. So it's all about maintaining that asset. It's all about maintaining the building. Okay, now whatever will the cost required will be required. Definitely, we cannot control the direct cost, but we can control the indirect cost and the maintenance cost. Yes. So when I say I am a BIM consultant, and in very simple language, if I say, then I always say that I am a virtual contractor. Virtual contractor means I'm creating this type of model which will replicate the actual or rehearse the actual construction. And when I am rehearsing the actual construction, there will be no errors will be there in actual construction. Why? Because I am going to remove all the clashes, all the drawing errors at my computer in my virtual part, so there will be no error in our actual construction. Once there will be no error in actual construction, there will be no project rework, or we can say rework, and the cost of rework will be very less. Time overrun we can control, cost overrun we can control. So it is all about BIM will be in design. So whatever I have just explained regarding the remove of clashes, that is from BIM in design, BIM in construction, and BIM in facility management. Okay, so let us currently talking about BIM in design. Okay, so BIM can be thought as a virtual model. Okay, whenever I'm going in some times of my social gathering and when I'm saying I'm a BIM consultant, no one going to understand what actually the BIM is. So in the very simple language, I can explain that I'm a virtual contractor. I'm rehearsing the building. Fine. And we can also it allows any aspect of design performance. Suppose as you students, you are studying many subjects in which there is one subject of building design maybe, or building then in which we are studying principle of design, aspect, prospect, roominess, all that part. Okay, I don't remember actually that 11 principle, but yes, all that part now you can actually gonna try. So shadow analysis, sun analysis, you can actually go into augmented reality, virtual reality, and you can rehearse, or you can actually use your building before it would get built. Okay, so any kind of revision will be there, can be sought out at the very early stage. Fine. This process, see again the process, the word I am using, this is the process of is building information modeling. BIM is not a tool, BIM is not a software, BIM is nothing of type of some phenomena. BIM is just a simple process. Okay, if we are transforming the way that we design cities, our Dholera is the city totally designing based on BIM. Okay, buildings and systems to perform throughout their entire life cycle. Okay, so ऐसा नहीं है कि BIM we are using in the design part only. We are using BIM in our whole lifespan. Let us take simply directly to some BIM examples. These are some BIM models. Below you can find some BIM models, and above we have some BIM models and the true construction, or we can say original live construction, we can say are there. So what happens once we imitate, there will be no error. So just this slide that I had just to give you the simple example of some BIM models. This is really an intelligent model. Why intelligent model? Let us design, build, and operate. What I have said, BIM in design, it means we are creating 3 different type of or models, in which one will be a structural model, one will be architectural model, one will be MEP model, and these models are clubbed together. Okay, clashes will be removed at a very early stage. And one of the most important part, documents. It means our schedule. Schedule means our quantities. Everything will be extracted from a BIM model. We are not going to create. Here I will show you many examples in which I have not even drawn one single line, but I have created just a model only. And once the model will is finalized by all the parties, okay, like structure designer, structure designer, MEP designer, if these all parties are okay with the design, after that we are taking out the documents. Okay, so what's the difference between current design process and BIM design process? That we're going to see the next. Okay, the same drawings will be useful, or the same model will be useful in build. When I say fabrication, it means what? When I say fabrication, it means suppose that the pipe I have shown in BIM model is of 100 meter, okay, or 100 feet long, but in actual we don't find 100 feet long pipe. So we need to use the actual dimensions of a product. So we can replace our actual model with our LOD 300 model, or model with actual asset available in the market. So what happens? We are doing the digital fabrication. Yes. And after that, we have a few new terms with us, that is 4D and 5D. Okay, up to 3D, we are fine X, Y, Z dimension. We have a model. Now 4D. 4D means we are adding one dimension of time. In 5D, we are adding one dimension of cost. Okay, 4D, it means we are creating a bar chart currently. Okay, bar chart is so long and you cannot print the whole bar chart on one single page. That is one of the most disadvantage of using a bar chart. You have to scroll down. Suppose if I have 1,000 activity in my bar chart, you have to scroll down up to the 1,000 activity to see how many activities are going on day 1 or day 100. Okay, so now what happens? I can link that bar chart with my BIM model, and it will create one simulation. Okay, that simulation will be helpful for documentation part. Okay, for project scheduling part. Okay, and it can be documented also. And 5D, it means we add another. I will show you one example of 4D if time allows. And 5D, we are adding the one criteria of cost. Okay, whenever we are creating a schedule in Primavera P6 or in MSP, we are also allocating resources. Suppose in excavation we require 6 days and we are using 2 backhoe and 2 tractor trolleys, and so we can find out the actual cost required for the excavation also. Okay, so that is called 5D. We can add that part also in BIM model, so we can get the actual quantity. Little bit complex, but yes, we can achieve. Construction logistics. It means once the BIM model is ready, BIM model will be sent to site. Okay, so what happens? Every day, contractor will come to site, and instead of showing, analyzing the drawings, contractor will see the model. So what it tells us the construction sequence. कब कौन सा काम किधर करना है, मेरा टावर कहाँ पर लगेगा, फ्रॉम वेयर आई विल हैव माय ट्रांजिट मिक्सर. सपोज मुझे यहाँ पर पोर करना है एट ग्रिड नंबर X and Y, so where I will install my pump, from my pump line, the location of my pump line. Okay, so etc. part could be decided. That is a construction logistic. Okay, so contractor is now part is over, design part is over. No, there will no designer available, no contractor available, and the whole model is given to the client to operate the building. Okay, so here sometimes we are providing data in terms of GIS also and in terms of BIM also. Okay, so that client can use the data. It's a whole different subject in which how we can use the BIM data on site or in operation. Fine. And after that, for renovation and demolition also we can use the same model. So as we can see, BIM is more of a process. Yes, it's a process, but it's a whole different type of ecosystem. जो अभी हम काम कर रहे हैं उसको रेप्लिकेट करके पूरा हम इसके ऊपर लेके जा रहे हैं. वी हैव सम ISOs अवेलेबल, वी हैव मेनी BIM गाइडलाइंस अवेलेबल, US BIM guideline, UK BIM guideline, Singapore BIM guideline. Each and every countries have their own BIM guidelines, Canadian BIM guidelines. Okay, same way we are also on our way to developing such BIM guideline for India also, but simultaneously BIM is replacing a CAD. So BIM design process, disruptive technology, as we can see, first part or first model, you can say over here, is a massing model or conceptual model. What it shows, whenever we are going with any architect, they used to sketch. Suppose you are giving your vision to architect. What they do, architect gives some type of shape to your imagination or vision. So that part is also now possible inside this type of models. That is called conceptual massing model. Okay, and important part is that in the same model you can do your detailing part. So it becomes on our architectural model. Okay, currently what happens, once architect draw, after that 3D artist will in SketchUp. Okay, in SketchUp provided by Trimble, developed by Trimble, Tekla. What happened in SketchUp? They used to sketch it. Okay, and give some virtual shape. And that virtual shape will be used by draftsman to create a floor plan and elevation and section. Okay, so what happens? Your model is going to pass 2 to 3 hands. Okay, 2 to 3 tables. What happens? Your actual geometry and your final geometry will be not consistent. There will be some errors. Okay, so what happens over here, in the same model, once you model, and the same model will be given to architect, in the same model you will provide your detailing. So what happens, your geometry will remain consistent. Okay, so and you can take out the analytical model from this type of BIM model. There are definitely, it's not easy as I'm saying, some permutation combination is required. After that you will have your analytical model, and this analytical model is accurate. Okay, there will be no error. Wherever there is a wall, there will be beam. Wherever there will be required support, there will be a wall. Okay, so in this way, you can create your analytical model, and this analytical model will be used by a structural designer or a structure designer for designing of a building, and in third-party software, definitely we have different type of softwares available for structure design, maybe Bentley's ETABS, maybe ETABS or something else. And we can create a rebar model, that is called reinforcement model, and MEP model. Okay, simultaneously, MEP person can start the design. So what happens? The geometry will remain constant. When the geometry will remain constant, there will be no clash, there will be no clash, there will be no rework, there will be no rework, there will be a less rework cost, or zero rework cost, and our project will say we have implemented some level 1 of BIM. Integrated project delivery. This is a very important part to study. What happens currently in ordinary design process and वर्सेस बीम डिजाइन प्रोसेस. यहाँ से आपको पता चलेगा कि अभी किस हिसाब से बिल्डिंग को डिजाइन करते हैं और अभी किस तरीके से बीम में डिजाइन हो सकता है. ओके, सो ऑर्डिनरी डिजाइन प्रोसेस. First of all, need to understand what is integrated project delivery. Integrating whom? We are integrating people, we are integrating system, we are integrating business structure and practices. Okay, तो हम पूरा इकोसिस्टम को हम एक जगह पर लेकर आ रहे हैं. Let us start the whole project starts from architect. Let us take an ordinary design process. अभी जो building designs होते हैं market में उस हिसाब से architect has created certain number of drawings, elevation, section, plan, everything is created. Okay, 3D views are created, not in BIM, just ordinary BIM model has been created. Architects, all the drawing set to structure designer. So what structure designer will do? Structure designer will put column and beam locations, and based on that they will finalize column and beam location with architect, and after that they will gonna design the building, and then architect simultaneously give, and structure designer will give that drawing to MEP. So let us say architect has created 50 drawings, structure has created 50 drawings, MEP is going to create some 20-30 drawings. All the drawings are created, they are ready to same way for other consultants, and they are they are ready with the quantity estimation and all that part. And what happens? There is one revision came. Okay, revision, as I said, is a part and parcel of project. There will be always revisions. Okay, no project should be created without any kind of revisions. There will be revisions. If there's one revision came, that one revision will affect all the drawings and views placed on that drawings. Okay, all the 50 drawings from architect, all the 50 drawings from structure designer, MEP consultant has to change the drawing. If the room sizes are changing, they have to change the design also. So everything is changing. Okay, this is called sequence process. Okay, so what happens in BIM? Nowadays, architects are providing directly a BIM model. Okay, so what is the summary of ordinary design process? It's a sequence process, it's a long process. Okay, each and every one are located in the different offices. Okay, and the cost of rework, and they have to revise the drawings again and again. Suppose plan is changed, they have to change that. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt you. May I just request you to make this when you're speaking, because there are students from third semester also, so they need some time to grasp it. So what I request you to make this, the speed of your delivery to be bit slow, so that they can have a proper understanding.
Okay.
Speed that will be better. And even if you're comfortable even with the Gujarati also, then also it's okay.
Okay, I will go with mixed language and various
and it's loud, the voice is still need bit loud.
Okay,
if it is possible. Okay.
Hope you have understood till now what I have said. And if we take a summary, અત્યાર સુધીની જેટલી આપણે વાત કરી એની summary આપણે નિકાળવી હોય તો એવું થઈ શકે છે કે BIM is a disruptive tool and which will gonna replace the CAD system. Okay, there is a CAD system market માં ચાલે છે. So what we are doing, we are replacing the CAD by BIM. Totally नहीं થઈ શકે, it's impossible because CAD will remain forever. CAD પણ એક BIM tool જ છે, but still at the majority of part we are replacing the CAD. That's what I want to say. And next, in BIM design process, what happens nowadays? There are many structure designer in Vadodara approaching us for that. They are now getting BIM models. London થી સિંગાપોર થી directly they are sending a BIM models. હવે drawings નથી આવતા. They are sending a BIM models to structure designer that you have to design. but our structure designers are not capable to understand the BIM models. Okay, so what happens? Architects, instead of drawings, send just one single BIM model. Okay, now what structure designer will do? Structure designer will use the same model for analysis. Okay, they will use the same BIM model. They will place a columns, they will place beams, they will put a slab, they will place a shear walls wherever required in after designing permutation combination. Okay, and structure designer will gonna use this model for analysis and design. Okay, the same model will be used by MEP. MEP consultant, when I say MEP, it means mechanical, electrical, plumbing. And what they do, they provide the design of HVAC. HVAC means air conditioner. Okay. Electrically design, plumbing design. When I say mechanical, also there is one firefighting part is there. Okay, these are the basic consultant involved. So MEP માં પણ બીજા 3 થી 4 લોકો છે અંદર. Okay, and IT consultant and other consultant, like security consultant અલગ હોઈ શકે છે ક્યારેક ક્યારેક, બરાબર, લેન્ડસ્કેપ consultant હોઈ શકે છે, ફસાડ consultant હોઈ શકે છે. આ બધા એક જ BIM મોડલ યુઝ કરશે એમના ડિઝાઇન માટે. તો હવે અગત્યની સ્કિલ કઈ થઈ ગઈ? Modeling skill અગત્યની થઈ ગઈ. Fine. And modeling plus design, this is the future of our BIM. કે જે માણસ કે જે વ્યક્તિ જે છે એ જેને ડિઝાઇન કરશે, એ જેને ડોક્યુમેન્ટ કરશે, બરાબર, ડોક્યુમેન્ટ કરવું એટલે ડ્રોઈંગ્સ બનાવવા, અને એ જ વ્યક્તિ એનું એસ્ટિમેશન કરશે. ઓકે, સો currently we have architectural designing team available. With them we have some estimators available, draftsmen available. Now the whole part, okay, that whole one team is reduced up to very small team, but with a high capability of skill available with them. Okay, so what happens? The person who documents, means who design, will take a document, will take a drawings. થઈ શકે છે using BIM. Yes, it is possible. Okay, so suppose હવે revision આવશે. So what happens? Once there will be revision, architect has changed one wall from one position to another position. They are all collaborated with cloud platform, and they are going to see what has changed by architect, and each and everyone's drawings will be changed automatically. I say drawings, not design. Okay, architects, once architects is changing something, બાકી બધાને પોતાની જાતે ખબર પડી જશે કે આટલી બધી વસ્તુ ચેન્જ થઈ છે, if they are using a BIM technology. Okay, using the software doesn't mean we are using a BIM. Okay, so there's one myth that I am using a Revit, it means I am using a BIM. No, that's a myth. If each and every party are collaborating on one single platform, then we can say integrated project delivery is possible. And nowadays this is the trend. There is a metro project, there are many Airport Authority of India project that we're going to see, in which BIM is mandatory. BIM is mandatory, it means this thing is possible and this thing is mandatory. It means you are finally આ બધું કરીને કરવાનું શું છે? આપણો ડ્રોઈંગ્સ જે છે will be a document error free. Okay, next let us move forward. BIM is a big database. As you can see, આપણે AutoCAD ની અંદર કોઈ એક લાઈન ની ઉપર ક્લિક કરીએ, so what we get is only a layer. In which layer it is, જો એ પણ layer wise બનાવ્યો હશે તો, if we click over here in one duct, we can see the dimensions, equivalent diameter, system name, airflow, velocity, pressure loss. So it is full of information. Okay, same way for structural column, architectural wall. So એક BIM model ને site ઉપર જો મોકલવામાં આવે, there are some ways by which we can totally go to paperless site. Okay, paperless site means there will be no drawings get printed. Okay, I am saying the highest level of BIM use. Okay, તો BIM model site ઉપર મોકલવામાં આવે તો એની અંદર જ drawings છે, એની અંદર જ schedule છે, એની અંદર જ area plans છે, એની અંદર જ બધા views છે. Okay, and these are so dynamic. Suppose the one wall is changed, elevation, section, plan, everything will be changed, and your schedule, your quantity will also change. Okay, so everything is connected. Okay, and we have a new revised estimation is ready. Okay, so the some analysis we have made, and this is really important to study. આ વસ્તુ શું બતાવે છે? There are two different lines. Okay, one dark red line indicates BIM workflow. It means કે BIM ની અંદર ડિઝાઇન કરવામાં આવ્યું છે. It means our second workflow જે આપણે સમજાય, and second થોડી light red line છે, it shows drafting centering workflow. It means CAD workflow. હું એને ડ્રાફ્ટિંગ સેટિંગ એટલા માટે કહું છું કેમ કે જ્યાર સુધી ડ્રોઈંગ્સ નથી બનતા ત્યાર સુધી આપણે એવું નથી કહી શકતા કે ડિઝાઇન રેડી છે. બરાબર, અને ડ્રોઈંગ બનાવવામાં સપોઝ ભૂલ થાય કે વાર લાગે તો ડિઝાઇનમાં ભૂલ થાય. Okay, so we are not talking about that part. We'll focus on that part later. But drafting centric means CAD workflow. This is BIM workflow. As you can see, preliminary design બંને સ્ટાર્ટ સાથે ચાલુ થાય છે, એન્ડ આપણે ડિટેલ ડિઝાઇનની અંદર વી આર ગિવિંગ મોર સ્ટ્રેસ ઓન ડિટેલ ડિઝાઇન ઇન અવર BIM વર્કફ્લો. આપણા BIMના વર્કફ્લોની ઉપર વધારે ભાર આપીએ છીએ. ક્યાં? ડિટેલ ડિઝાઇનમાં. જ્યારે તમે ડિટેલ ડિઝાઇનમાં વધારે ભાર આપો, તમારી ડિઝાઇન વધારે સારી બને. ફાઇન. અને જ્યારે ડ્રાફ્ટિંગ સેન્ટ્રિક વર્કફ્લોની અંદર વધારે સ્ટ્રેસ ક્યાં જાય છે? કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન ડોક્યુમેન્ટેશન, ડ્રોઈંગ્સ બનાવવામાં. બરાબર, ડ્રોઈંગ્સ બનાવવામાં એટલે draftsmen are creating the drawings. If there is an error in drawings, there will be a wrong design will be sent on site. That's possible many times. So why we are giving a less stress on construction documentation in BIM workflow? Because આપણે એક ડ્રોઈંગ્સ બનાવવાના નથી, આપણે ખાલી મોડલ જ એવી રીતે બનાવવાનું છે કે ડ્રોઈંગ્સ એની અંદરથી આપણે એક્સટ્રેક્ટ કરીએ છીએ. ઓકે, અમે અમારી ઓફિસની અંદર 1 થી 2 દિવસની અંદર 20 થી 25 ડ્રોઈંગ એક્સટ્રેક્ટ કરી શકીએ છીએ આફ્ટર ક્રિએશન ઓફ BIM મોડલ. સો વોટ હેપન્સ, આપણી જે ડ્રોઈંગ બનાવવાની સ્પીડ છે વધી જાય, એક્યુરસી સુધરી જાય. ઓકે, તો મને ડ્રાફ્ટિંગ સેન્ટ્રિક વર્કફ્લો, તો એ અત્યારનો જે મેથડ ચાલે છે એ છે. અને તમે જોશો તો કન્સ્ટ્રક્શનની અંદર સિગ્નિફિકન્ટ રિડક્શન છે કોસ્ટમાં. ઓકે, તો રેડ લાઇન ઇઝ BIM વર્કફ્લો, જેની અંદર હવે આટલો પણ ફરક કન્સ્ટ્રક્શનની અંદર આવો, ઇટ મીન્સ crores of rupees we can save. Okay, so this is all about saving rework. Okay, તો એનાથી rework સુધરી શકે છે, and many advantages we're going to study again. BIM around the world, if you are thinking to go abroad, there's always we have a wish to go outside. So we can say these are the some countries who has mandated in BIM. Okay, the red places: Finland, Sweden, UK, Russia, Denmark, Korea. In some of the portion in Russia also, it's become mandate. Hong Kong, Australia, Singapore, Dubai, United States. Now, public projects. We are talking about public projects. We are not talking about private projects. UK ની અંદર તો all બધા project પર કરી શકે, public projects પર. So what happens? They have mandated the BIM. તો corporation ની અંદર અત્યારે આપણે જે drawing submit કરીએ છીએ, જેને વાસ્તવિક બિલ્ડિંગ સાથે કોઈ કનેક્શન નથી હોતો, એવા ડ્રોઈંગ્સ મોકલીએ છીએ આપણે. અહીંયા શું છે કે BIM મોડલ સબમિટ કરવું જરૂરી છે. અને even in our India, in Dholera, we have mandated this. Okay, they have mandated this. So what happens? Finally, we have to give this type of data entries BIM model to client to run the project. Okay, so these are the places where BIM has an opportunity, and you may not find a BIM in India, but BIM is a BIM factory, as someone said, because their model are created in India. BIM in India, Guwahati Airport is the first airport which was constructed, which was designed, which was constructed, and which will gonna maintain based on BIM. Yes, and after that, India demanded more 100 airports are coming, in which will be totally based on BIM. Okay, so BIM has definitely a future, and there's another one, one of the nice example of our airport, Bangalore Airport, which was designed in just 6 months and delivered in 6 months. Okay, ખાલી 6 મહિનાની અંદર ડિઝાઇન પતી ગઈ. આપણે ઘરની ડિઝાઇન 6 મહિનામાં બનવા નથી પતી. So they have designed this within 6 months, and they have delivered the whole document to client in 6 months. Siddha has some BIM tools available. Actually, we are not focusing on that part. Actually, there are more than 250 softwares or 300 softwares are available nowadays to create a BIM model or to deliver a BIM delivery. Okay. Architectural benefits. So what type of benefits we could have if we use BIM? We can our collaborative workflow. આપણો જે વર્કફ્લો છે, કામ કરીએ છીએ, જે આપણે વાત કરીએ, આટલી બધી બધા લોકોનો ડ્રોઈંગ્સ જ્યારે ભેગા થશે, ઓકે, તો બધા ડ્રોઈંગ્સ મોડલ બનશે, તો ક્લેશ ફ્રી થઈ જશે. તો કોલેબોરેટિવ વર્કફ્લો છે. 2D ડ્રાફ્ટિંગની અંદર કોઈ પણ એરર નહીં હોય. ધેર વિલ બી નો એરર ઇન 2D ડ્રાફ્ટિંગ. કન્સિડરિંગ સેવિંગ ઓફ ટાઈમ એન્ડ ડોક્યુમેન્ટેશન. આપણે એક પણ ડ્રોઈંગ બનાવવાનું નથી, તો શું થશે કે વી કેન સેવ ઓન અવર ડોક્યુમેન્ટેશન પાર્ટ. Detailed design and documentation is possible. 3D visualization and VR is possible. VR virtual reality, બરાબર છે, BIM માંથી જ આપણે virtual reality બાજુ જઈ શકીએ છીએ. As built BIM model possible છે. As built, જ્યારે ફાઇનલી કોન્ટ્રાક્ટર કામ કરીને જાય તો એમને as built આપવું પડે કે મારી એક એક પાઇપલાઇન ક્યાંથી જાય છે, મારા એક જગ્યાએ મારા વાલ્વ્સ ક્યાં લાગેલા છે, એક્સેટ્રા. તો ધેટ ઇઝ પોસિબલ છે કે આપણે BIM મોડલની ઉપર ડિલિવરી આપી શકીએ. ડિઝાઇન ઓપ્શન્સ. એક ટૂલ છે બરાબર. ડિઝાઇન ઓપ્શન ઇઝ વન ટૂલ ઇન વિચ વી કેન પ્રોવાઇડ ડિફરન્ટ ટાઈપ ઓફ ડિઝાઇનિંગ ઇન અ સિંગલ વ્યૂ. ધીરે ધીરે ખ્યાલ આવશે આપણે. સન એનાલિસિસ, કયા ટાઈમે મારો સન કઈ બાજુ હશે, તો બેઝડ ઓન ધેટ યુ કેન પ્લાન યોર યોર વોલ્સ એન્ડ યોર વિન્ડોઝ એક્સેટ્રા, યોર એલિવેશન. એક્યુરેટ ક્વોન્ટિટી ટેકઓફ તમે મોડલ જેમ જેમ બનાવતા જશો એમ ડ્રોઈંગ્સ પણ ક્રિએટ થતા રહેશે ને એવી ક્વોન્ટિટી પણ એક સાઈડ નીકળતી જશે. ઓકે, what you have to do, just you have to modify something here and there, and you will have your final BOQ will be ready. BOQ मतलब bill of quantity. Tender preparation માં હેલ્પ થઈ શકે છે. and visualize every detail and specification. તમે detail and specification ને 3D માં બતાવી શકો છો. okay, that is સ્ટ્રક્ચરલ બેનિફિટની અંદર તમે જોઈ શકો છો કે એક્યુરેટ ડિઝાઇન ઇન્ટેન્ટ બીમ મોડલ્સ બની શકે છે બરાબર. ઘણી બધી જગ્યાએ ફ્યુચરમાં એવું થતું હોય છે કે રીબારિંગ કરવું પડે. that you will come to know that part to be avoided. RCC અને સ્ટીલ 3D મોડેલિંગ પણ પોસિબલ છે. 3D મોડલ લોકો ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચર પ્રોજેક્ટમાં તો બધા બનાવતા જ હોય છે, બટ નાઉઅડેઝ ઇટ ઇઝ પોસિબલ કે આપણે ઇઝીલી આપણા બિલ્ડિંગ પ્રોજેક્ટમાં પણ વાપરી શકીએ. કોન્ક્રીટ પ્રીકાસ્ટ એન્ડ રિબાર શોપ ડ્રોઈંગ્સ, જે તમે અહીંયા એક એક્ઝામ્પલ જોવો છો, ઇટ્સ શોપ ડ્રોઈંગ્સ. આપણે આ ડ્રોઈંગ જે છે અહીંયા તમે જોવો છો મેં CAD પર નથી બનાવ્યું, ઇટ ઇઝ એક્સટ્રેક્ટેડ ફ્રોમ BIM મોડલ. ઓકે, અને એક્યુરેટ બાર બેન્ડિંગ શેડ્યુલ બરાબર. જનરલી બાર બેન્ડિંગ શેડ્યુલ બનાવવા માટે કોન્ટ્રાક્ટર તરફથી સાઇટ પર એક પર્ટિક્યુલર વ્યક્તિ હોય છે જે આને બાર બેન્ડિંગ શેડ્યુલ બનાવે, બટ હવે એની જરૂર નહીં પડે. ઓકે, સો યુ કેન ક્રિએટ અ BBS, યુ કેન ડિઝાઇન, યુ કેન ડોક્યુમેન્ટ, યુ કેન ટેક આઉટ ધ ક્વોન્ટિટીઝ ઓલ્સો. MVP બેનિફિટ્સ. MVP માટે સૌથી વધારે મોટા બેનિફિટ છે કેમ કે એ લોકો આ પ્લેટફોર્મનો યુઝ કરીને 3D માં પ્લાનિંગ એ કરી શકે છે કે મારું એક એક ડક્ટ જે છે HVAC નો ક્યાંથી જશે, એક એક ફાયર ફાઇટિંગની લાઇન ક્યાંથી જશે, એક એક મારે પાઇપલાઇન ક્યાંથી જશે. ઓકે, એન્ડ બેઝડ ઓન ધેટ દે કેન પ્રોવાઇડ અ ડિઝાઇન. ક્લેશ ડિટેક્શન થઈ શકે છે. હું તમને થોડુંક બતાવું છું કે અત્યારની ડિલિવરી કઈ ટાઈપની હોય છે, એટલે અત્યારે સાઇટ ઉપર કેવું આપણે ડિઝાઇન મોકલી છે અને યુઝિંગ ધીસ ટાઈપ ઓફ BIM ટેકનોલોજી આપણે કેવી ટાઈપ ડિઝાઇન મોકલી શકીએ છીએ. ક્વોન્ટિટી ટેકઓફ એન્ડ એસ્ટિમેટિંગ. આપણને નહીં ખબર કે પાઇપની ટોટલ લેન્થ કાઢવી હોય એકવાર બિલ્ડિંગ બની ગયા પછી ઇમ્પોસિબલ છે, તમે ન જોઈ શકો. કેટલો તમે ઓર્ડર કર્યો છે એના ઉપરથી તમે એની ક્વોન્ટિટી કાઢી શકો, બાકી ના કાઢી શકો. બટ નાવ ઇટ ઇઝ પોસિબલ કે તમે એક એક કેટલા એલ્બર, કેટલું ટી, કેટલા બધા લાગ્યા છે that you can actually take out. સ્મોલ બેનિફિટ છે બટ યસ ઇટ ઇઝ અ બેનિફિટ. કન્સ્ટ્રક્ટેબિલિટી ઇવેલ્યુએશન. કન્સ્ટ્રક્ટેબિલિટી ઇવેલ્યુએશન એટલે મારો કઈ જગ્યાએ મારો બોલ વાલ્વ લાગશે, કઈ જગ્યાએ મારો XY લાગશે, X વાલ્વ લાગશે, Y વાલ્વ લાગશે, અકોર્ડિંગ ટુ વેધર ઇટ ઇઝ એપ્રોચેબલ ઓર નોટ. બરાબર, આ બધી મેન્ટેનન્સ ઓછું કરવા માટેની વાત છે. કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન સિક્વન્સિંગ. બરાબર, ઘણી વાર એવું થતું હોય છે કે ફોલ સીલિંગ બંધ કરી નાખી પણ પછી ખબર પડી કે આપણે એક પાઇપલાઇન કાઢવાની બાકી રહી ગઈ છે, તો શું થાય કે આપણે પાછી ફોલ સીલિંગ તોડવી પડે. આફ્ટર ધેટ યુ રન યોર પાઇપલાઇન એન્ડ આફ્ટર ધેટ યુ અગેન, સો ધીસ ઇઝ અ રીવર્ક. સો ધેટ રીવર્ક કુડ બી રિડ્યુસ. તો કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન સિક્વન્સિંગ કેવી રીતે કોણ કામ કરશે પહેલા, ધેટ કુડ બી ડિસાઇડેડ. ક્રિએટિંગ ક્લેશ ફ્રી ડોક્યુમેન્ટ્સ ઇઝીલી એન્ડ ફાસ્ટર. And everything clubs together it becomes something like this. So value of BIM for owners, if you say problems જે owners ને સૌથી વધારે થઈ રહ્યા છે અત્યારે, 60% મેજર કેપિટલ કોસ્ટ પ્રોગ્રામ્સ ફેલ ટુ મીટ કોસ્ટ એન્ડ શેડ્યુલ ટાર્ગેટ્સ. કોઈ દિવસ કોઈ આપણા પ્રોજેક્ટ ટાઈમ પર પતતા નથી. ઓકે, અને આપણા એસ્ટિમેટમાં કે આપણે જે કોસ્ટ ડિસાઇડ કરીએ એનામાં બજેટમાં પતતા નથી. ઓકે, સો ધેટ ઇઝ વન બિગેસ્ટ ડિસએડવાન્ટેજ. 30% ઓફ કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન કોસ્ટ ઇઝ રીવર્ક. ઓકે, these are the states from Independent Project Analysis Institute. What they are saying in US, it's a 30% of construction cost is rework, 50% maintenance always remain reactive. Okay, so maintenance માટે છે, construction માટે છે, અને design માટે છે. The value of BIM for owner, they can improve the transparency, they can improve the quality of a building and efficiency of a building. Top BIM benefits for BIM owners, we can say આખું BIM apply કર્યા પછી what are the major benefits, if someone asked, when we can say reduce documental error and omission, reduce rework, reduce construction cost, project duration and fewer claims and litigation. કે કોના કારણે પ્રોજેક્ટ આગળ વધ્યો, કોના કારણે શું થયું, ડિલે કોના કારણે થાય, everything could be documented well, and that will be very fewer claims and litigations. For opportunity BIM for students, there are many, I just went 1 year back on a screenshot. So, this is a LinkedIn platform in which you will find many different available. Okay, so the BIM has a good opportunity for career also. So this is another one our example of BIM project we have done, the architecture structure in MEP BIM model that you can see over here. As you can see, in this, my input, as you can see input, this is the input. Okay, this looks very nice, a very very faint and very it's documented very well, but actually it is something like that's a difference. The difference is આપણે લોકો સુધી પહોંચાડવાનો છે કે this is design, this is good for construction, but this is LOD 350 detailing is as up to as built detailing we can go. So this the beam is going from input to output, what you are seeing over here, અને મારો એક pump આપણે મલ્ટી ઓપરેશન પંપ છે જે એ જ પંપ છે જે ખરેખર ત્યાં લાગવાના છે. તો વોટ હેપન્સ કે એની મદદથી આપણે एक्चुअल પ્લાન આઉટ કરી શકીએ છીએ કે મારી સ્પેસ કેટલી રોકવાય છે પંપ માટે, મારા વાલ્વ કઈ જગ્યાએ લાગશે, બરાબર, NRV વેન એઝ નોન રિટર્ન વાલ્વ કઈ જગ્યાએ લાગશે, મારા સ્લુઇસ વાલ્વ કઈ જગ્યાએ લાગશે. ઓકે, એવરીથિંગ વી કેન પ્લાન અર્લિયર. સો નાઉ જે થવાનું છે એ પહેલેથી તમે જોઈ રહ્યા છો. ઓકે, પછી આ ડ્રોઈંગ સાઇટ ઉપર જાય નીચેનું ઇનપુટ કે આ ડ્રોઈંગ સાઇટ ઉપર જશે તો ડેફિનેટલી વી કેન સેવ ઇન અવર एक रेड लाइन તમને જોવા છે. If you see the cursor, I don't know, there is no markup tool available. Okay, over here as you can see one fire duct is there, and this again looks very clean and nice, but actually it will be something like there is not, there are multiple drawings you have to study before construction, before laying out of pipes. There is one architectural drawing you have to refer, structural drawing you have to refer, structure section, architectural section you have to refer, single line diagram you have to refer, and also this plan you have to refer. આટલા તો વસ્તુઓ ભેગી કરીને આપણે બનાવવું પડે છે. ઇન્ફોર્મેટિવ કરી શકો છો. એટલે બીમ માટે એવું કહેવામાં આવે છે બીમ ઇઝ ધ સિંગલ સોર્સ ઓફ ટ્રુથ. કરન્ટલી એવું નથી. 10 ડોક્યુમેન્ટ રેફર કરો તો તમને એક સાચી વસ્તુ ખબર પડે, બટ હિયર બીમ મોડેલ ઇઝ વન સિંગલ સોર્સ ઓફ ટ્રુથ. એ સેમ વસ્તુને તમે 3D માં પણ જોઈ શકો છો. અને sewage lines and soil lines and waste pipe lines and firefighting lines you can plan in earlier a better way. You can plan agar beam mathi jay છે, if it is passing out of beam you can provide a sleeve over there. Okay, so we are providing sleeve drawings also. Okay. Example of our domestic supply line which we are seeing, and I know drawing set looking good. ખરેખર વાસ્તવમાં જે થાય છે વસ્તુ કંઈક અલગ છે. So we are sending this type of detailed drawing now on site. This is a terrace. Terrace is always messed up with so many pipelines passing from the back of backyard or something. This is not possible actually. So there is a gap between design and actual construction. The same way coordinated design project. This is again some other type of projects which we have done, and this is again whatever you are looking over here. This is a drawing. Okay, we have not created a one single line. Everything is modeled, coordinated, flash free, and views has been extracted. River reinforcement drawing is also possible. These are all created on BIM platform. See this thing. We have removed 36 plus class in ducts only. This is the one pharmaceutical plants. The revenue for one day in terms of lakhs of rupees. When it's only lakhs of rupees, if you waste one day in construction, it means their return on investment will start one day later. One day is equal to lakhs of rupees. So in case of CAD, they are using lakhs of rupees. So this is the thing they have to understand. This is the actual image. Also, some of the better image I have downloaded and to give you a look that how actually BIM model are working in BIM profession. We can say the highest level of accuracy. And see over this. These are actually not construction. These are the BIM models, as you can see. Tunnel BIM is in infra also. BIM is in buildings also. Say this thing. It's a nice example. Maintenance is overdue. You have to maintain the coupling alignment at every 3 months. This will be infographics. BIM model will tell you that you have to do this. Once BIM model will tell you to do this, you will gonna do. Your maintenance team will operate these things. So if they are operating the building, maintaining the building, definitely the cost of maintenance will be less. So it's all about information. So there are few quotes we have that you can use an eraser on a drafting table or a sledgehammer on a construction site. Collaborating together and coordinating better. Okay, BIM is a unified language of building design. There are so many good quotes can we say on BIM, and another one is told by Albert Einstein that if I have 10 hours to cut a tree, I would prefer to spend 6 hours in sharpening of my axe. Okay, so it's all about pre-planning. BIM karo planning ma, and you save cost and time. Fine, thank you. If you want to see some of my BIM models, can you see the BIM model?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the Revit screen? Can you see the Revit screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is our nano project. This is another one of our project in which we have implemented BIM, and the site over here is so undulated. The excavation depth is reducing. Like over here, we have a very low excavation depth available. Here we are going too much in depth. Okay, so in this way, in this type of level difference we have facing, and we used BIM, and what happens? We have exact location of plain beams and ground beams we have located. This is one. If I want to show you some of my plans. As I said, I have to focus on my BIM model only, software only. So what I am doing, just I am taking up one section. Once this section is done, I'm just say go to view. You have your section ready. You just have to modify this according to your need and your standards. You will have your drawing sheets ready. So simultaneously, as you can see, right side we have all the sheets. Right side we have all the sheets available with us, and these are the sheets we are available with us, and the same way we have all the quantities available with us. Simultaneously, these are our quantities. These are how we are taking out our quantities, and finally we have the total, how many walls and how many meter cube of wall bricks required could be found out easily. So one main model is equal to drawing plus quantities plus model plus clash free matrix. You want to see some for the simulation on this type of on this project actually. Any doubts you have, we can discuss. We have 89 participants, at least I expect minimum 10 doubts, queries.
Amit, anybody?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Keval sir, during your presentation, just you have to show the different types of the software available. Okay. So, can you show me, sir? Again, sir.
Sorry.
आपने जो सॉफ्टवेयर दिखाया था ना डिफरेंस आपका प्रेजेंटेशन में.
We are licensed for this much.
Yes.
From Geodesign and Research, we are licensed with this much of
तो सर ये मतलब हर एक सॉफ्टवेयर हमको सीखना पड़ेगा BIM के लिए?
If you are civil engineer, so BIM is different. BIM is for architect, it's different. BIM for structure designer is different. BIM for MEP is different. BIM is different for different agencies. If you see BIM for construction project manager, BIM is different for construction project manager. So if you are structure designer, you are looking from structure designing point of view. BIM, Tekla structure or Tekla structure designer, we have many softwares for that. It will be helpful for the same. पूरा इसके ऊपर जाना, if you are EPC contractor and you want all the shop plans to be created, then it is not possible कि सबको सब आए. So you have to, there must be a good team available with you to provide this type of projects. So सब सीख पाए आप ऐसा possible नहीं किसी एक के अंदर आगे.
Okay. Sir, one thing, one question. During this 4 years degree program, we have only one subject, building and town planning. Okay, building and planning subjects. So there is the different assignment regarding of the seats. Okay, plan elevation section, combination of the furnitures, combination of the piping work. Okay, so which software is to be best suited for our students, sir?
Revit is suitable actually.
Revit.
They can start with Revit. Revit has, it is not that much easy that we start today and they can learn tomorrow. It's not like AutoCAD. It's just not on one single line. There are so many commands and tools they have to use. But yes, they can start, and the third year they can, in the fourth year they can do one project on BIM, and at the end of fourth year they will be ready with all the skills they required to take a job or start their own.
Okay. Autodesk Revit is based. Okay.
We cannot say it's the best, but we are using it. There are so many other softwares also, like Vectorworks is there, like there are Graphisoft, ArchiCAD is there. We have now BricsCAD is there. There are so many softwares that are available, cheaper than Revit, and but we are using Revit currently.
Okay. So, sir, is it possible to students to come there and to learn software, sir, in internship?
Yeah, definitely. We are providing internships. They want to come to internship for project work, but definitely I am focusing on a final year of projects. Do your final year of project with us. I will provide you internship like this.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any students?
Keval, as you must be knowing that now this last year, final year students, they are having their instead of projects, they are having now internship. So if few of the students they want to contact you, will that be okay?
That will be fine.
Yes. Okay. Because in that case, they may ask, because basically they will be looking for live projects rather than learning to AutoCAD or something, any CAD software through this Codia or something like that has got no meaning. જ્યાં સુધી એ લોકો જાતે ફિલ્ડમાં જે કામ થઈ રહ્યો છે એના ઉપર જ્યાં સુધી કામ ના કરે ત્યાં સુધી they will not be learning anything. So maybe if interested final year students, if anybody is interested, they may contact you. Will that be okay, na?
Yeah. Is there any chat box available? I can put my phone number or email ID in which they can contact me.
Yes. Chat box is there.
Actually, you can contact me on, you just find the Keval Shah, Janak Beyond Consultant Geodesign Research, you will come to know about me. You can contact me by mail or by email ID. So that, see, we are working in MES. एक slide शायद miss हो गया मेरे से, in which we are about to work in Dholera maybe, and we are working with many government organization and non-government organization जहाँ पर हम live projects इसके ऊपर करते हैं. तो जैसा कि live project देखने का मजा कुछ अलग होता है. You will gonna see this and learn this, and what happens after the internship, you can write down in your experience part, not in your training part. That's right. That affects your resume.
Yes. That will be experience rather than internship. True. And coming world is actually of BIM only, because now everything slowly is shifting to BIM. So I think that will be good for students to learn at least few softwares using BIM. So it will be collaborative to the BIM, and they may go for any structural software or architectural software or MEP software.
अभी वो जमाना नहीं है कि सिर्फ कैड के ऊपर
हाँ, सिर्फ अकेले कैड पे कर दिया जाए, वो नहीं है ना. Right.
Yes, sir.
Any student would like to ask anything from our expert? Any question, please?
No doubt, you can contact me anytime.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Nobody wants to ask anything? Khushi or anybody else? I mean, those who are સામે દેખાય છે એના માટે પૂછું છું. Anybody wants to ask anything? You can ask later also. Not a problem. Right. Well, Amit, is he there or he left?
No, left, sir. Keval sir is left, sir.
Okay, right.
Okay, हाँ.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
હા, બોલો.
સર, મારો ક્વેશ્ચન એ હતો કે આ તો સરે કીધું કે ઇન્ટર્નશિપ કરી શકે આપણે, તો ઇન્ટર્નશિપ કરવા માટે આપણે AutoCAD ને Revit એ બધું આવડવું જરૂરી છે કે ત્યાં જ શીખાડશે?
એ એમની સાથે વાત કરવી પડશે, એ શું કરશે, બરાબર છે? What is being taught there? એટલે મારા ખ્યાલથી એક Revit નો અત્યારે આવતા અઠવાડિયે અમે we are planning to have two again બે આપણે webinar રાખ્યા છે. One is on Revit architecture, another is on Revit structural engineering અને architecture part માટે બે introductory છે. પણ Revit માં શું કેવી રીતે થાય છે, at least those who are not knowing anything એને થોડોક આઈડિયા આવશે. So that is what we have planned next week. Right.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Well, so with this, let us conclude this session. Right. Thank you very much to everybody.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I hope that એક જનરલ મારે થોડુંક ફીડબેક તમારી પાસેથી લેવું છે કે ભાઈ આવા કંઈક હોય તો ધારો કે નવી ચીજ જાણવા મળી તમને. Actually this BIM નું જે છે ને પહેલા ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાં બહુ યુઝ થતું હતું. અત્યારે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાંથી હવે એ લોકો રેઝિડેન્શિયલ બિલ્ડિંગ અને જનરલ બિલ્ડિંગમાં પણ આવી ગયા છે. એમાં બેસિકલી શું થાય છે કે ઘણા બધા માણસો એકસાથે કામ કરતા હોય તો ખાસ કરીને ક્લેશિંગનો બહુ જ પ્રોબ્લેમ આવે. એ જગ્યા ઉપરથી તમારી પાઇપલાઇન પસાર થતી હોય, ગરમ પાણીની પાઇપલાઇન પસાર થતી હોય, ત્યાં જ એ જ લોકેશન ઉપર એમનો એસી નો ડક્ટ પાસ થતો હોય તો એ એકબીજાને ક્લેશ કરે કે ભાઈ બંનેની પ્રકૃતિ અલગ અલગ છે એટલે એ ના ચાલે. તો આવા બધા ક્યારે જૂના ટાઈમમાં ક્યારે થતું હતું, ક્યારે જ્યારે એ લોકો કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન થઈ જતું હતું ત્યારે ખબર પડતી હતી કે ઓ આ તો એકબીજાને ક્લેશ કરે છે. તો અત્યારે these things are being done beforehand. અત્યારે તમે જ્યારે તમે કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન સ્ટેજ ઉપર છો ત્યારે જ ખબર પડી જાય છે. So these are new software which you should start learning slowly. At least you should have some basic idea. That is why we are bringing such webinars to you, right? So anybody wants to say something? This is you are interested or not, or what? Anybody?
Yes, sir. Interested in this software type program.
Okay, sure. We will. So that's why we are planning to next two in coming week only. Okay, right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, students.
Amit,
Thank you, sir.
બધાની attendance લઈ લીધી છે ને?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.